Hey everyone, and welcome to The Explainer. Today, we are unpacking the AI Agent Empire framework created by Alessandro Zamboni. We're going to be looking at an independent review of this program by ClickRetina and really digging into how this no-code command center is designed to take us from scattered, overwhelmed AI users and transform us into strategic orchestrators. We're talking about building actual automated income workflows here. It's an absolutely fascinating topic, so let's get right into it.
Okay, let's dive into this. Are you actually using AI, or are you just a manual laborer with a faster assistant? Ouch. It kind of stings a little, doesn't it? But look, the source text highlights a really painful reality for a lot of us right now, which is this prompt trap. We feel incredibly productive using AI, but every single task still starts from absolute zero. Think about it. You're still the one remembering the steps, typing out the prompt, copying the answer, pasting it, organizing it, all of it. And as the author points out, that's not actually an AI advantage. That is literally just manual labor with a faster assistant.
Section 1. The AI Prompt Trap. Moving beyond manual execution. Now, what's really interesting about this slide is the massive paradigm shift it represents. We need to completely reframe how we look at productivity. Opening a chat, typing a prompt, and copying the output, that's not scaling your business. If your workflow requires your physical energy to trigger every single step, every single day, well, you haven't built an automated system. You've just built a faster bottleneck. And guess what? You are that bottleneck. So to solve this, the framework splits us into two distinct roles. On one side, you have the AI user who manually prompts daily. If they stop typing, the work completely stops. Done. But on the other side, we have the AI orchestrator. An orchestrator doesn't think in one-off outputs. They think in workflows. They build systems that compound over time. They guide the machine rather than doing all the heavy lifting themselves.
Section 2. Rise of the Orchestrator, redefining how we work with AI.
Making this shift to being an orchestrator means you have to stop asking, what can AI write for me right now, and start asking, what repeatable business function can I turn into a system? So let's cut right through the technical jargon for a second. An AI agent is simply a structured worker with a goal, instructions, tools, memory, and boundaries. Period. That's the whole shebang. You don't need a computer science degree, and you definitely don't need to shell out for expensive, complicated API access to get this going. By steering us towards simple chat-based interfaces instead of complex visual workflow builders, this blueprint makes building agents incredibly accessible for anyone. Now, let's talk about memory, because this concept is huge. The sources emphasize that memory is the major breakthrough that is completely missing from most generic AI advice out there. Without memory, your AI is essentially starting cold every single session. It has amnesia. It doesn't know what you published last week. It has no clue what products actually perform best for you, and that leads to these totally disconnected generic outputs. But when you add memory to the mix, your AI actually learns your past content and your specific audience patterns. It takes all those scattered AI outputs and turns them into a compounding business record. It literally becomes the operating system for your business.
So the crucial point is captured beautifully in this golden rule from the framework. Automate what you repeat, keep humans in the loop for what requires judgment. And guys, this boundary right here, this is where the money is. You let your AI agents handle the grueling execution layer, the deep research, the rough drafting, the tedious summarizing. Meanwhile, you retain total control over the judgment layer. That's the high-level strategy, the brand voice, the final approvals, and obviously the financial decisions. You're not just handing the keys of your business over to an AI, you are commanding it.
Section 3. Inside AI Agent's Empire, evaluating the product and the creator.
Okay, so up to this point, the theory sounds fantastic, right? But is this actually a realistic blueprint you can use, or is it just more overhyped marketing theory? Well, according to the objective review by ClickRetina, the creator's track record absolutely changes the risk calculation here. Alessandro Zamboni is an Italian-based marketer, and he's been in the trenches since 2008. He's a top 5% vendor and a top 1% affiliate on Warrior Plus, with over 100,000 sales and more than 45 product quality awards under his belt. His reputation across independent forums really paints him as a genuine, accessible practitioner. So that establishes some massive credibility. It shows this system is built by someone who actually practices what they preach. So what exactly is inside the box? The training focuses heavily on the actionable stuff, setting up triggers, task logic, and using those no-code chat interfaces we talked about. But pay attention to that second bullet point, safe setup boundaries. This is absolutely crucial. The course spends a lot of time teaching beginners how to set up dedicated agent accounts. Why? So you never accidentally expose your main business accounts or sensitive passwords to a bot. It's a professional, security-first mindset that, honestly, most beginners completely skip over until it's too late.
Oh, and real quick, the front-end course also includes this exclusive launch bonus, an AI agent glossary. It breaks down 60 essential terms specifically for digital marketers. It's just a really fantastic resource to help you wrap your head around all this new terminology quickly and confidently.
Section 4, the agency business model, turning workflows into retainers.
Let's shift gears from the tech side over to the monetization strategy. Because look, businesses today desperately need AI automation. They know it's the future, but they have absolutely no idea how to actually build it. And they definitely can't afford to hire a team of custom software developers. The core financial philosophy of this blueprint is designed to fill that massive market gap. And this brilliantly illustrates the real goal here: high leverage income. You deploy a system into a client's infrastructure just once, and then you get paid a monthly maintenance retainer just to keep it running smoothly. Securing those recurring retainers rather than burning yourself out constantly chasing one-off project fees is exactly how you build a stable, scalable agency.
The course breaks this down into a super actionable 3-step agency process. Step 1, you identify the client's operational bottleneck. Maybe it's their customer support, or maybe it's lead qualification. Step 2, you customize a pre-made template using plain English prompts. No coding required. And step 3, you deploy it right into their existing infrastructure, like their Slack or their Shopify store, and you start collecting that monthly retainer. It's a fantastic way to bridge the gap from just learning about AI in theory to actually shipping a service you can sell. All right, let's talk numbers. As with almost any digital course, there is a sales funnel, and we want to neutrally break this down so you know exactly what the whole shebang looks like. The front-end course is very accessible, sitting between $19 and $27, and independent reviewers do confirm it is a completely functional standalone product. However, OTO2, the done-for-you agency assets at $37, is highlighted by reviewers as a massive shortcut. It basically hands you websites, pitch decks, and contracts, essentially turning weeks of tedious agency setup into an instant download.
Section 5, the final verdict. Is it a method or a machine? So, we've looked at the theory, the creator, and the product itself. The final objective score given by the ClickRetina review is a very solid 8.7 out of 10. This really reinforces that AI Agent Empire is a highly rated practical training program. It's built by a verified industry veteran, and it's specifically designed to trim the fluff and get you executing immediately.
But let's ground this real quick and look at the honest pros and cons to cut through any marketing hype. On the pro side, it is 100% no code, it includes highly actionable templates, and it's built by a deeply trusted creator. But you really need to understand these cons. It requires real, active client outreach to make money. This is an operational method. It is not a push-button income machine. Yes, the system handles the heavy technical lifting, but you still have to put in the sales effort to actually close those clients. It's a powerful accelerant for sure, but it's not a magic wand.
Which brings us to the end of our explainer today and leaves us with one final, absolutely critical question for you to ponder. Will you stay trapped in the manual AI grind, continuing to be the bottleneck in your own business? Or are you ready to shift your mindset, step into the role of an orchestrator, and start building your own AI agent empire? The choice of how you work with AI moving forward is entirely up to you. Thanks so much for joining me on this explainer, and keep learning.